greetings, magical, mythical people. How are we all? Hopefully you've had a lovely week. I've had a lovely week. Grokle Snook, have you had a Yes, Grokle Snook's had a lovely week. You are watching Edra Tales Twitch channel. My name is Ken Boyter, but you might already know that because you've watched the channel. But if you don't watch the channel, then you know that now because I've just told you. Anyway, this lovely fellow, this little devilish imp, he's not a devil. Well, imps are actually, I think they're lesser demons, I think. I forget my mythology. This is Grokle Snook. He's a devilish imp. Good morning, Martha. How are you? How are you? How is everything? We have... and good morning, Lirin. I've got a little tickle in my throat. We've got lovely music in the background. A bit of Skyrim. I don't know if I'm allowed to play that sort of thing. You know what, with copyright and all of that sort of jargon. But anyway, we're talking over it, so we're not really playing it. Let me know if it's too loud or too quiet or just right. Good morning, Jonathan. Pleased to see you, sir. I salute you. Tired. Martha's tired. Got woken up by a rude train driver who honked around 6 a.m-ish. Well, I'm hoping that he wasn't right next to you, or didn't open the window and go, ha, with one of those big comedy honks. Yeah, that's not brilliant, is it? I take it you live near to a train track. Is that a bloke yelping again? What? In Skyrim? You have me for as long as I remain overground. Oh, I see. Because Jonathan is a womble, as we know. Overground, underground. Jonathan's wombling free. Hello, Sally. Hello. Yeah, exactly. We're off. Yeah, because it's... Well, you must be in London? Londinium? I live close to the train station. Yes, hello, everyone. Yeah, I once looked at a flat in Hertford. I ended up getting this one. No, this is the dungeon, of course, it's the dungeon. And Comedy Honks. That's the name of my Nah, it's gone. The moment's gone. Comedy Honks. Yeah, I went round looking for flats, and I knew it was close to the train track, but of course you don't really know how noisy it's going to be until you're in the flat. So I went in there and I said. He said, yeah, this is the little flat, yeah, blah, 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 and here's the bedroom. I went, oh, okay. Came back out, and my question was, I said, so can you tell me, this was to the estate agent, can you tell me, how noisy is it when the train passes? And he was just about to say that it wasn't very noisy when a train rattled past. And he just looked at me, and I went, I think that answers the question, don't you? And from then on in, he knew I wasn't going to be moving in. You're in London, heading to the Globe Theatre. Oh, look at you, Jonathan, hobnobbing with the rich and famous. What are you going to see? OnlyFans. Yeah, I've got to make money somehow. Just saw an offer to find hard to resist. Oh, there is 3 DVD box sets of the first 14 episodes of the original 1966 Mission Impossible. Oh. For 75 quid. I want to see how those spy genres come in the good old days. Yes, I remember watching Mission Impossible as a kid. I wasn't born in the 60s, but they obviously kept repeating them. Or, well, I think in the UK we got TV shows, 3 or 4 years after the Americans. And I used to love that, Mission Impossible. It was brilliant. It's really good. It's really good. Yeah, what are you going to see? Exactly, that was the question. That was my next question to Jonathan. What are you going to see? Yeah, so what is it? 14 episodes. Wow. There's Is that good value for money, though? I'm just saying, you might be able to find it on YouTube just for free. I don't know. Shouldn't really say that. I'm going to record some background footage for my next Kickstarter. Not seeing a play. Oh, okay. Oh, yes, of course. Shakespeare. It's the Shakespeare one. This time. Oh, Dylan's here. Hello, Dylan. Thank you for joining us, my friend. Oh, I think it's £7.50. I was going to say. Yeah, that's my eyesight. Yeah, £7.50. Yeah, that's a good bargain then. Absolutely. Yes. This table self-destruct. Yeah. Yes. Oh, okay. So yeah. So Jonathan's got a game book involving Shakespeare. I think it's got Shakespeare on the cover anyway, and in the title. Is it Shakespeare versus Cthulhu? It's an RPG. Is it the RPG you're doing or the game book? I can't remember now. Yes. So hence you're going there to get some footage. Nice. Because you can just go round, can't you? You can do a tour. Can't you just pay to do a tour? God, if I'd known, Jonathan, I would have come and met you. Maybe that's why you kept it quiet. Yes, there it is. Yes, to everything I said. Got a fun challenge here to make the monster book of Monster from Harry Potter. Ooh, nice. Is that just for your own entertainment? It is a game book. Yes, Shakespeare versus Cthulhu, the game book. And the Indestructible Majesty of St. Paul's Cathedral on the other side of the cathedral. Not even Hitler's missiles could strike that her nurturing strength. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's all right, Jonathan. It's all right. You've just blanked me. I'll just cry in the corner of the dungeon with Grocklesnook to console me. The thing is, though, because I do murder mysteries most weekends, you would have had to book me in. Listen to me, because I'm some sort of important person. Of the river next to the globe, I mean. Oh, I see, yes. Yeah. It's a lovely play. I've been to the Globe. I haven't seen a play there, but I remember seeing a tour when they were first building it. Years and years ago, and they'd got half of the roof thatched, and the other half hadn't been done yet. And we just got a little tour of what they were going to do. And then I was lucky enough to go up and do another tour after it was completed, and that was fun. That was a lot of fun. And they've got little rooms where they do workshops on Shakespeare and things like that now. So a friend wants it. Wants it, and my old one looks too cute. It's a living spider book. No spiders. Does sound fun. I'll post a photo when it's done. Yes, please. What's the Was that the original clue? There we go. We miss your sense of humour. I'm getting on a bit. I don't mind admitting that. It's funny though, isn't it, age? It's a funny old thing. So there we are. So, globe fun. Jonathan's on a globe trip. He's globe trotting. That's what I was trying to get to. Yeah, fantastic. So do you know when your Kickstarter's coming out then, Jonathan? Just so people can get ready for it. Oh, that's nice. I've got some honey tea again. But Tish, yeah. I used to know her, but Tish. She's a great friend of mine. Lovely sense of humour. So what we're going to do first? Right, well, let's do the Druid Wisdom, because I like doing the Druid Wisdom cards. I think it just sets up the day beautifully. So we're going to shuffle the Druid Wisdom cards. Oh, I've dropped one. Normally they say if you drop one, that's the card. So that's it. That's the one. Hidden Oracles, because it was, jumping, eager to get out of the deck and into your hand. It's a beautiful picture on the back. Nature. Intuition is a compass of inner trust. So, thus embrace the gifts an oracle gives to us. Okay, hidden oracles. Let's read that again. Intuition is a compass of inner trust. So, thus embrace the gifts an oracle gives to us. And you have won the dusty bin. I was hoping March or April, but I don't want to do anything until my other two Kickstarters are closer to delivery. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, because let me just finish off about this. So trust your inner instincts. That's basically what it's saying. So I definitely agree with that. So lovely. There we go. The last play I saw at the Globe was a gender-flipped Hamlet. Okay, interesting, where all the young uns are played by talented college graduates of the opposite gender. The girl played Hamlet. It was so genuine with pathos. I shed genuine tears for her. Unforgettable too. Fantastic. Sounds like a brilliant performance. I actually have a dusty bin. Fantastic. What, a life-size one? The proper one? Sounds wonderful, Lewin. Yeah. Apparently, I don't know if this is true, but apparently a friend of mine years ago dated the daughter of the guy that designed Dusty Bin. That's what she told me. Who knows whether it's true or not. I don't want to annoy my regular backers or put off potential new backers. Okay, that's interesting, because I wanted to launch my novel of Magic and Monkeys on Kickstarter, but it wouldn't let me do it because I hadn't fulfilled the magical objects deck. It said you can't launch this one. So basically, how come you've managed to launch 2 Kickstarters at the same time, or have 2 Kickstarters open? I don't understand that, because it wouldn't let me have, start a second one without completing, the magical objects deck. Hence why I had to go to Indiegogo. You also have I also have a dusty bin, but that's because, hey, behind in my chores. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. You've got to, and I can kind of get why they do that, because if you've got unfulfilled Kickstarters, you might go, oh look, shiny new project, let's kickstart it. Shiny new project, let's, without actually following through and giving the punters what they paid for. So I can understand that. But it wouldn't even let me launch the Of Magic and Monkeys campaign until I'd finished the Story Spark cards. There we go. So thank you if you have followed the channel recently. We've got a few new followers, which is fantastic. Colin. Oh yes, it's Colin's birthday today, by the way. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Joining Goggles to you. Happy birthday, dear Colin. Happy birthday to you. There we go. Colin, I know you're not watching, but if you do watch this back, happy birthday. I'll send you a private happy birthday as well. There was a time when certain backers were allowed to launch multiple projects. Oh, okay. I guess if you've got a good track record, they thought, actually, yeah, you can handle this. DVD. Oh, trust my instincts? All right, I'm going to get the 7. Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, 7.5 Mission Impossible card. Yes, exactly. Trust your instincts. Oh, okay. Yeah, because you had got a few under your belt by then. Yeah, I guess, or maybe it's still the case. Maybe it is still the case. You have to earn that, and I've just not done enough Kickstarters, obviously. Again, I hope you don't follow through. That's unfortunate. It would be, but luckily, no one would hear me scream, so I just mute myself. Only the little imp. It's for my own sanity as much as anything, although I could do with the cash injection. Yeah, this is the thing. As we all know, and this is a regular theme, if you watch this regularly, and we talk about this a lot, finishing projects. I will finish the project. It's so tempting as a creative just to go, oh, shiny new idea. I mean, in the last week, I've already had 2 new ideas for board games, and they're pretty cool, and I've gone, actually, there's something in that. Not just, oh, yeah, and then it isn't very good. 2 new ideas, and I've written them down, and it's tempting just to start developing it, and it's like, whoa. What about the other ones? So I totally agree with you. This is why I keep having to reminding myself just to focus on the projects you've got going at the moment. Then, once they're finished, get on to the next one. Once they're finished, get on to the next one. And sometimes it's not quite as easy, because you might just go, right, I'm going to do that, and maybe that, and finish those 3. And then this one over here, this little cheeky monkey, another project that you've been developing, suddenly takes off. There's interest in it. And it's like, oh, okay, well, I better now carry on with that one because it's got interest in it. What about these 3? So that's what's been happening to me recently. I feel that I have to finish my other projects. And some of them aren't fun at all, but they must be finished. Good morning, Colin! Everybody, Happy birthday to you. I've already sung this. Happy birthday to you. A happy birthday, dear Colin. Everyone, happy birthday to you. There you go. 25 today, Colin is. He's not. He's a little bit older. You must have heard. Yes, you see, I summoned you. I summoned you into the dungeon, and now you are mine. You're my wife now, Dave. That was a bit freaky. Right. Yes, exactly, Colin. The beloved Colin of the parish. Yeah, so we're just talking about finishing projects, basically. And the struggle is real, my friends. That's why I drink honeyed tea. Well, what have you guys been working on? Because I've been working on stuff. In fact, I've got a second. So we did the Druid Wisdom card. Talking of Kickstarter as well, I backed these cards, Fantasy Feline Tarot deck. The Fantasy Feline Tarot deck. Now, as you can imagine, it does what it says on the box. Good sturdy 2-piece box. This is really cool. Really like that. I didn't know you could get them these size. Now these cards are actually poker playing cards, poker size, not if you look, not tarot size cards. Not tarot size cards. So my only complaint is, was that a little bit misleading to call it a tarot deck? Because there is an actual size of deck card called tarot size card. So when I see the word tarot deck, I'm thinking they're going to be our size that we did them, this size, not this size. So was it slightly misleading? Or you could argue, did I look at it properly? Did I look at the size properly? There is that, because I know that the size was on there. He didn't try and pull a fast one. He put the size of the cards up there. I just didn't take that information in. Jesus will save us. Jesus will save us all. Jesus will save himself as well. Good morning there. I don't quite know how to pronounce your name. Esot Hugs. You are more than welcome. As well as Jesus is welcome. They might not have had the means to make the cards bigger. Yes, no, that's true. No, that's not my problem with it. But using the word tarot normally indicates big cards. Yeah, these are called sort of mini tarot or mini oracle cards because they're smaller than the regular tarot size. Yeah, but he did put the size of the cards on there, so it's not like he's tried to pull a fast one. I'm not saying that at all. That said, they are beautiful. They really are beautiful. Little cats in fantasy settings. Look at that one. It's got a little hood on. Got a little hood. They know I got a little hood. I've seen small tarot cards and I might be sneaky and buy Skyrim tarot cards. Ooh, Skyrim. Yeah, I'm tempted with this. Honestly, I have to ban myself from buying too many tarot cards because I know that I could quite easily collect them. But yeah, look at these. They're really cute. Cute little fancy kittens. What's not to like? And what I do like about them as well is that they give you the meaning on the front, which is pretty cool. What they could have done, I guess, is put the meaning on the back, but you are meant to shuffle them and pull them out blind, aren't you? You're not meant to know what's on the back. Look at this one. 2 of Swords. They are so cuter. Anything with a feline has an instant magic. Yeah, exactly. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. So these are really cute. I've not used them yet. So I will, look forward to using them. And again, because of the nature of them, they've got like the description already there. These, for me, feel a little bit more like oracle cards where you pull them out and you pull one a day and you just say, oh, okay, 3 of Wands represents action, adventure, looking ahead, expanse and rapid growth. When revealed, it represents delays, frustrations, obstacles and a lack of foresight. Oh, okay. So for me, I probably would use them like the Oracle cards, where you pick one and say, right, what's this tarot card for today? So that's quite cool. So I might start doing that. High five, Paul. Exactly. The cards say expect a hard ball, veil, and a dead mouse today. Yeah, exactly. A hairball and a dead mouse today. I like that. I like that a lot. So, yeah, that's interesting. Now, it's interesting that also Dylan should be joining us today, because Dylan, over the last couple of years, has been doing his own interpretation of the Mythical Creatures deck. So I don't know if you've seen, we've got the colour deck now, the colour Mythical Creatures. Don't know if you've seen this, Dylan. And so I don't know, have you done all of the cards now? Do you know, Dylan? I don't know if you've kept a record of them. And then coincidentally, Sam didn't know that you were doing that, I don't think, or she forgot, I don't know. But she received her Magical Objects deck and has started doing the same. Her own interpretations of the Magical Objects deck. Yeah? So, and I have mentioned this before, it's been an idea that's been brewing for a year or so. Maybe we should do Oracle decks using Rich's artwork and using your descriptions. So I was thinking maybe, Dylan, you know, you've pretty much finished the Mythical Creatures deck. Sam, I think she's only done 3 of the cards, but she could then, you know, carry on doing the Magical Objects deck. And then, you know, the 3 of us, or whatever, you know, we could kickstart them. Does that make sense? So we could kickstart it and obviously split everything 3 ways. So if it was the Magical Objects deck, it would be me, Sam and Rich. If it was the Mythical Creatures deck, then it would be me, Dylan and Rich. Yeah, so Dylan's up for that. That's good, yeah. So I'm going to suggest that. I kind of suggested that to Sam. I just sort of floated the idea, and I think she's up for it. So that might be quite a good little project to do. Yeah, because, you know, we've already got the artwork. Dylan's pretty much finished the deck. Sam, you know, we could do the Mythical Creatures deck first, and then that will give Sam, you know, a year or so to finish off doing the descriptions. Yeah, so let me know what you think. What else have I been up to then? So those are ideas again. It's like, finish the projects though. Finish projects before we can launch other projects. So I have been working, apart from learning my murder mystery lines or going over them again, I've done 2 performances of the new plot called Consolation Prize. And yeah, they went very well. Very good reception from the audiences. So what else have I been doing? Oh, that's it. Yeah, so pretty much I have sent out all the decks of the Magical Objects now. There's only 2 people, I think, that haven't given me their address. So everyone should by now be getting their decks. Lee Rin, have you got your deck yet? Martha, have you got your deck? I can't remember if you said you got your deck, Martha. I don't think the cats are so cute and magical. They are. Sounds good. Okay, good stuff, Dylan. So what have we been doing? So I've been doing something more to do with marketing and also to do with kind of being like writing about fantasy. Okay, you've not got yours yet. No, that's fair enough. I kind of thought overseas would take 3 to 4, maybe 5 weeks, you know. By the end of March, everybody should have got them. It shouldn't take 2 months to send a pack of cards around the world. So definitely by the end of March, everybody should have got theirs. So let me know. But yes, I've been doing... I've started a blog. Started an Edra Tales Ramblings of a Storyteller blog. Jonathan's been doing his for years. If Ken if Ken is the victim of the play, do we shout, "Oh my God, they killed Kenny"? You probably would if you knew my name, but luckily I'm not playing myself. 15-minute walk away from DVD shop. Oh, a most interesting concept of teamwork. Spycraft, where each member is a specialist who complement each other's strengths and weaknesses, rather than the Mr. Perfect can do anything one-man show that are the Tom Cruise films. Yes, no, exactly. Mission Impossible is really good. They're really good. The original ones, yeah, absolutely. I mean, they wouldn't have remade it, I don't think, if it wasn't any good, surely. But that's the weird thing about it. They should remake stuff that wasn't very good, and then improve it. But of course, they're not going to do that because it didn't get a big audience the first time round, so they're not going to try it the next time round. But that surely should be the thing. We should be trying to make stuff that wasn't brilliant, and then remake that and make it brilliant. Whereas they're taking something that was already good and then just changing it for changing its sake, or, you know. So I had to mute. No worries, my friend called me. Tom Cruise should play Inch High Private Eye. I used to love watching that TV show, that cartoon. So yeah, so I've done a blog, and the first one was called For the Love of Fantasy, and it's a kind of, I guess, a classic opening blog, just explaining why I love fantasy and what keeps me reading fantasy and writing fantasy and just being in that world. So that's pretty straightforward, but it's, you know, it's interesting. I had a few comments saying, oh yeah, you know, I'm roughly the same age as you, I recognise the references, etc., etc. And as part of that blog, so if you do want to go and read it, actually, it's on the Edra Tales website, so it's www.edratales.com. Have to go now. Love hearing about everyone's projects. You're an amazing, talented bunch. Exactly. Enjoy your trip. Enjoy your birthday day, Colin. Old man typing, exactly. With your big sausage fingers. Thank you so much for dropping by, Colin. Have a lovely rest of the day. Happy birthday. And I'll see you soon. You know when. You know where. So... that sounded very dodgy, didn't it? Yeah, so I'm now going to send out a newsletter. I've been wanting to do this for a whole year, but just never got around to doing it. Because like anything, when you first start it, you go, how do I do it? And you kind of put it off, and you're not really sure. So, and the main thing is just do it. Just do it. Yeah, the first couple might be a bit ropey, but you learn. You can improve it. Again, do something and then improve it. John Carpenter's The Thing and David Cronenberg's The Fly were two perfect remakes. They both turned corny B films into genuinely time-chilled with horror artistic merit. Those are really, really good examples. Absolutely. Now, I don't know how popular the originals were, but maybe they weren't that popular, and someone's gone, actually, there's a good idea in there. We can just do it this way. Especially as, you know, in film, technology moves on a bit better, doesn't it? You know, like Lord of the Rings, the technology to be able to create the Lord of the Rings films was amazing. Some remakes stinks, Dukes of Hazzard. Yeah, absolutely, that's what I'm saying. You know, if you've got a really good original, why remake it? You know. Anywho, I mean, sometimes it does work, don't get me wrong. So, yes, I've got a newsletter now that I'm going to be sending out once a month. And... I was going to say, yes, part of the newsletter, the main part of the newsletter will be the blog. Because then you think, well, what should I put in the newsletter? And you kind of go, well, actually, if I start writing interesting articles, I think they're interesting. If anyone else does, brilliant. About fantasy and about creativity, then hopefully people will find it interesting. That can be the main chunk of the newsletter. And then I thought I could put stuff like... fantasy recommendations. I could do book recommendations or film recommendations, and then also I could put in any fantasy links, maybe about, you know, have you checked out Jonathan's book, you know, Jonathan's books, for example, or Jam's books, for example, or Dylan's books, for example. You know, have you checked out people's creative people? Have you checked out their links? Maybe do some resources. You know, like how to write fantasy resources, and also any Kickstarter news that I may have, or I might, you know, it's just come to me, I might do, you know, like, for example, Jonathan's Kickstarter news, or Jam's Kickstarter news, or anybody's Kickstarter news, you know, that's relevant. And then just also put a link to this, you know, the latest Twitch ramblings of a storyteller, and also links to maybe some other YouTube stuff. So it's just kind of a newsletter, just to obviously to share the news. And then if I've got any events that I'm going to, or if I've got any, you know, like the Hearts Book Festival that's coming in May, you know, just to let people know about stuff like that as well. And then obviously if I've got any projects, you know, like I'm launching my Elf Magic and Monkeys book, then again, that can all go in the newsletter. But it's one of those things where I have to do more stuff. So this is the fine balance between trying to be self-creative, you know, like self-employed creative, is the chunk of time that you need to spend marketing yourself versus the chunk of time that you need to actually create the stuff that you're trying to market. So it's kind of like, it's difficult, as we all know. But I do feel like this is the way forward, because they do, you know, marketers, the three marketers, marketers do say the best way is to get other people's email addresses, because you're in control of that. You know, for example, they could just, you know, say like the Bottled Imp YouTube channel, yay, with Julian, we've got like 8.5k followers. Now, if we'd kept that going more regularly now, that probably would have been over 10k now. You know, I mean, you build an audience. But say YouTube decided to ban us, you know, just to close us down. We've got no way then of communicating with our followers, with our subscribers. However, if we've built up a personal email address, you know, account, then we can still directly contact them. So nobody can really take that from you, which is why they say it's good to do that. And also, somebody, if they've signed up for something, you've not forced them. You know, you've just said, come sign up, you know, this is what you'll get. And it's free to sign up. Then, you know, they want that content. They've come to you specifically to sign up to a newsletter. So it's a win-win for everybody. So that said, if you do want to sign up for the newsletter, hey, see what I did there? Cheesy thumbs up. Just go to www.edratales.com and then click on the Edra Scrolls newsletter. Or it might just say newsletter tab, I can't remember, because I'm still revamping my website. And then just fill in the details, and then you'll go on that list. Now, I am planning to send out this month's newsletter today, a little bit later on today. So if you want to catch that one, then please sign up today. There you go. Going to try to be good today and finish knitting the pig plush. Yeah, fantastic. That sounds amazing. Yeah, absolutely. It's good just to try and finish those projects, isn't it? Try and finish those projects. Talking of trying to finish projects, I've been working on a murder mystery board game. It's not fantasy related, although that would be quite good, wouldn't it? You could do... The good thing about the design of this, I'm actually very, very chuffed about my game. I think it's good. I think I've come up with something that's enjoyable. And hopefully a little bit different. Now, I've not played too many murder mystery board games, so I don't really know what's out there. And sometimes you think, well, maybe that's a good thing, but it might be a bad thing, because I might design all this and someone say, oh yeah, that's just like such and such, and you go, haven't played that, so I don't know. Nice. My mum is making a knitted pig at the moment too. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Synchronicity. You don't want to, but I have to. Well, I always put on nice music, you know, I like listening to Skyrim. Put your favourite bit of music on, listen to that, make yourself a cup of tea, whatever. You know, just get in that zone. Make it a pleasant environment, so you'll do it. And then once you start, I always think it's when you don't start, that's always the tricky bit, because you're thinking about it. If you just pick it up, just start doing it, then that should, you know, help you finish it quicker, obviously. But I know what you mean, Martha. Starting can be always the tricky bit if you don't want to do something. So, I have been working on my murder mystery board game, and it's been a lot of fun. It's a challenge, because how do you come up with a murder mystery, you come up with the actual plot and the story, the characters. How do you then, this is the challenge, take all that information and put it into a board game that is fun, that works, that isn't broken, and that all that information can get out to the players when they need to get out to the players, and so they can piece together all the bits of information to then come up with who the murderer is. That is the challenge. Coincidentally, Ken plays Mousetrap and keeps getting caught. No, not again. Used to love Mousetrap. It used to take longer though, didn't it, setting the board up than actually playing it. That was the joke, wasn't it? Did take ages. Coincidentally, just walked by a toy store with Peppa. Oh, look at this. This is all coming together, people. Peppa Pig. Oh, yes. That'll be after your second-hand trip. Yeah, market store. The hope to... Yes, exactly. Cute teddy bears. Oh, that sounds fantastic. Enjoy your trip, definitely. Walk past the butcher's and tell the kids that it's Peppa Pig. Oh, that's a wicked sense of humour right there. So what I've done is, I won't go through too much of it, but I'm now creating the prototype. So I've got, basically it's all just on bits of paper, so it's nothing fancy. And this is what I would advise if you're doing board game design. Just do it on, don't spend any money on your first prototype because it will change. Trust me, it will change. Unless you're absolute genius, it will change. So what I've done is created the board, and it's the size of Talisman board, so the big board that folds out. And around the edge of the board, I've got the witnesses. So there's certain witnesses. We've got Reverend Thomas Parnell. He's a witness. Hudson Rip. He's a witness. We've got Shona Wallace, the housemaid. She's a witness. And we've got 13 witnesses. And basically, we've also got other things that you can look at. So you can look at clues. You can also look at forensics. And you can, I've got hunch cards as well. If you've got a hunch about something and you want to just check something out. I've got some other stuff going on as well. So the only way that I felt that I could actually get the information from a story onto the mechanics, you know, and actually work out how the information gets out to the players is to create all these blank bits of paper first, and then go through the plot and say, right, that bit of information, who is going to let the audience know, let the players know that bit of information? Oh, Hudson Rip, excellent. So it might be, so when you question a witness, you'll be in a room, yeah, and there's 15 rooms that you can explore. You'll be in a room, and it'll be like, and you can only question the witnesses that are in that room. So Hudson Rip, you go, right, I'm going to question Hudson Rip, and you take the first card, or you match up. I think I'm going to have to say which card you take, so I might number these. Again, I'm still kind of working this out. And then you'd flip it over and you'd read out loud what Hudson Rip has to say. And it might be, yeah, I saw Harriet leave the hotel via the tradesman's entrance, Dylan, so to speak. And then you'd go, oh, okay, that's interesting. And you would keep that card to refer to throughout the game. Then what I've also got, I quite like this mechanic. If a player moves into another room, then you flip over that room, and you'll know what room it is because it'll be on the back. But then you flip it over to reveal what's in that room, i.e. which clues are there, which forensics, etc., etc. And also which people are in that room. So it might say, move Hudson Rip into the kitchen. Yeah? So you go, oh, okay. So you've got little figures for all the witnesses, and you move Hudson Rip into the kitchen. And then you can question Hudson again, and you take the second card, for example, or it might say kitchen, and then you read out what that says, and it says, actually, I didn't want to say this in front of everyone else, but not only did she leave the hotel, but she was carrying a big rucksack on her back, and it looked like it was soaking wet at the bottom. I'm just making that up. Do you see what I mean? And so he might want to not say stuff in front of other people, but he's actually going to tell you this now. So you can question the witnesses more than once to get new information, and maybe information that's true as opposed to the first one where they're being a little bit cagey. So hopefully you've got the experience of when you're exploring all the rooms that you things are unfolding in real time. That's what I wanted to create. That actually events happen as you're exploring the room. So the case is sort of living. You're living the case. It's not a done and dusted case that you're going back in to look at. You're actually living it. So there you go. It was Ken with the candlesticks in the library. Yeah, on a box, Dylan. On a box, before you say it. Let's have a look. Serve pork at the Sunday roast with a Peppa Pig head on. Oh, that's cruel. A soaking wet bottom, nasty. Yeah, nobody wants a soggy bottom, do they? Nobody wants a soggy bottom. So, I've got to the stage now where I've cut up all the cards. I've got the rooms ready. The board's all drawn out. I've got the mechanics worked out. The murder mysteries worked out. And now, over the next week, and this is where we're finishing the project. I aim to work on this quite relentlessly over the next week to then transfer all that information to the cards and then finish the prototype. Then once the prototype's done, Dad just called. Hey! Say hello to your dad. Oh no, he's just called. Yes, Lee Rin. So once, hope he's okay. Hope he's doing well. So once, but the weird thing about this board game is I can't play test it because I know all the answers. Whereas normally when you create a board game, you play test it along with other people. You also play test it where you're not playing just to see how well people cope, you know, without somebody that knows how they're playing, really. But with this one, I'm going to have to just give it to people and say, can you play this? Go for it. Can you solve it? Let me see how it works. And then I'll just watch them and just it'd be interesting, the play testing, because it'd just be fun to see how well they're working things out. And then how well the game actually works, and if the mechanics work, and if they found it too difficult, too easy, if they ran out of time, whatever. You know, all the little things that you need to work out when you play test. Salud nostra families. A toast to our families. Yes. Hear, hear. A toast to our families. So that is what I've been working on. What else have I been working on? That is one of the main things I've been working on, plus getting, you know, the decks ready and sending those out, but we've pretty much done the decks. I'm sure. Oh yeah, I've been working on another project that I can't really talk about. So that's been good. That's exciting. That's moving along quite nicely and almost coming to an end, which is lovely. And once I finish the murder mystery game, the prototype, I do want to go back to doing, I won't show you this too much because it's spoilers. I do want to finish my game book. That's the next thing on the schedule, is my game book. Because you guys, some of you are writing game books, you seem to be publishing them. Jam's doing a sequel to his paranormal quest. He started that one. You know, it's like you guys are just knocking them out, and I'm like going, but I want to do one. It will get done. What I'm thinking of doing is, so Hearts Book Festival, and Jonathan, I don't know if you're still watching or not, but Jonathan, get back to me if you want a stall for that. You've just ignored me. Boo! I've outed you now. Get back to me or get back to Kate, obviously, but let me know because it'd be really cool if you did want to come up. I know it's quite tricky though, the cost of coming up and the stall. Unless we share a stall, I don't mind sharing a stall because I've not got that much stock, whereas you've got loads of stock. I don't mind sharing a stall. Nice one. There's a long censored word in there, Lirin. Oh, is there? Oh, I can't see it. Okay. I have chose to accept the mission is literally in the bag. Hopefully, neat little package won't self-destruct in my backpack. So that word self-destruct. They don't like that. You're not allowed that. This is the problem with all these censorship and algorithms. It doesn't take into account context. We're humans. We're not robots. We're humans. At least that's what I'm led to believe. No, it was a little package. Oh, okay, little package. Yeah, that's because men are quite embarrassed. So obviously we've all got big packages. Is that what you mean? That's why they banned it. Yeah, so I will be working on my game book. I can feel, you know, when you're working on a project and then there's that other project that's half finished going, finish me, come and work on me. And you're like, no, but I'm nearly finished this one. No, come and work with me, come on. That's what I'm feeling the game book is doing. I was like, oh, God, I want to get back to it. So the plan is I want to do the Hearts Book Festival, which is in May. It's mid-May. And then also what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be launching my Of Magic and Monkeys book, my actual novel. So I'm going to get copies ready for that and just launch that. And then also at the book festival have a sample free copies of my game book. Just to let people know that it's coming, and then possibly, you know, do a Kickstarter in October. I think that's what I'm going to go for. So it's a bit of pre-publicity for it. Mission Impossible for Tom Cruise, reaching the high shelves. The struggle is real, my friends. Finish him. Let me get the Mortal Kombat cast to help you. Mortal Kombat. I remember that film, Mortal Kombat, with Kylie Minogue. Yeah, so that's the plan. That's in May. That's why I want to start cracking on with the actual game book as well. I think, Lee Rin, and you'll be pleased to know, I think I'm going to call it A Fistful of Thieves. Was that the actual? I'm pretty sure that was the suggestion that you came out with. I've not written it down here. I've written it down somewhere else. But I'm sure you said A Fistful of Thieves. And I did a poll on that one. And I can't remember what the other ones were. I did a Facebook poll. And that one... hang on, what was it? My original one... Oh, thank you, pardon. Yeah. I will take to the bus, not stress at all. Yes. Don't stress about life, Martha. Absolutely. Try to stay calm. I know it's easier said than done. But I do try to stay calm in situations. I don't know. It doesn't always work. But try to stay calm. Yeah, so... what was I going to say? Yes, A Fistful of Thieves. Is that right? Is that what we call? I can't remember what I've called it now, but I was really happy with the title. Didn't I? I came up with the title and then you riffed off of that to A Fistful of Thieves. I can't remember what it was now. Homer Simpson, A Fistful of Donuts. Yeah. Donuts. Yeah, Clint Eastwood melody and excitement. I'm pretty sure that's what I've gone for. I've got it all written on my computer. I've just not printed it out. But I've been working on this, and obviously I've changed the title to that. But I did do a poll, and weirdly enough, that wasn't the most popular one, though. It was something else. It might have been... I can't remember what it was. And I thought, I like that, but I like A Fistful of Thieves more. I think that's what it was. I can't remember. But there you go. So it's interesting. What happens when you've got a favourite? Here's a question. Have you ever done this? You've got a favourite, you know, whatever it is, book title, song title, whatever it is, and you put it up to a poll, and you do, you know, you give a choice of 4 or 5, and the one that you really like doesn't win the poll, what do? Do you go with the one that won the poll, or do you just stick to your guns and go, no, actually, I really do like that? What do you do? That's a dilemma that I still face. I can still change the title, obviously. Let me know what you would do. What do you think my best thing to do would be there? Yes, so that's the game book that I'm working on. Very excited about that. And I think that's pretty much it. Oh, yes, this Sunday we're actually doing a beer and board game Sunday in Hertford at the White Horse Pub. If you can get along, please turn up. I know nobody lives near me, but who knows? So I'm excited to do that. We're going to be doing that. Hopefully we're going to be playing some prototypes. My cousin should be coming along, Gavin, and he's been designing a few board games over the last couple of years. He kind of, I think he got to the stage where he got stuck with one of them. I've been helping out with one of his, or a couple of his board games actually, helping develop it. And like us all, we kind of get stuck a little bit. If you have a definite favourite, why do you need a poll? Yeah, if you stick to your poll, the nightclub is nasty. Apparently Mr. Cruz is shorter than I am. Wow. So much they had to him $700. Yes, yeah, exactly. High shelves are a mission impossible for him. Yeah, he's meant to be. He's quite short. But hey, that's cool. That's not stunted his growth in his career, has it? Yeah, no, that's a very good point. Thanks, Sally, for that very awkward question. If I've got a definite favourite, why do you need a poll? I think for me, why I did it was I wanted to test it. I wanted to test whether or not people liked it. And I think there was a sort of slight, it wasn't a definite favourite. It was a one that was, say, 5% above another one. And I thought, I'm unsure on those two. But I did have a slight favourite. But then I thought, look, let me put 3 or 4 in just to give people a choice, because we might be missing a trick here. People might go, and it might be really popular, and it's one that I've gone, I don't really know. Yeah, so I kind of did it because of that. Weirdly enough, I didn't know this, but years ago, Ken Follett, I didn't know that this is what publishers do. They do that with testing groups, market research. And Pillars of the Earth, which is one of my favourite novels, that tested the best out of all the titles they presented to their testing groups. I just thought it was the author comes up with the title and that's it. And the publisher goes, yeah, great, off we go. No. Oh, how naive I was back then. Still pretty naive anyway about marketing. So even back then they were testing titles and then going with the most popular one, I guess. But it is a good title though, Pillars of the Earth. So, and again, how reliable are the polls? It's a very small section. Certainly in my polls, a very small section. However, they are fans of the genre. So, A Fistful of Flesh. Is that what it was, Martha? Is that what it was? Oh, that was it. Yes. Fistful of Flesh won the poll. Thank you, Martha. That was it. It riffed off of Half a Pound of Flesh. That was my title, I think. Half a Pound of Flesh, which is a riff off of the saying pound of flesh. And then I'm pretty sure Lirin said a fistful of flesh. I knew it was alliteration. I knew it flowed. Yes. So yeah, a fistful of flesh. That was it. Not a fistful of thieves. Although that's not bad actually. I don't know. But yes, thank you so much, Martha, for looking that up. That's brilliant. Thank you. I really, really appreciate that. Yes, A Fistful of Flesh. That was it. Yeah, I like that. I do like that. So did that win anyway? Oh, okay. So what I did was I actually put the poll in a few other places as well. I put it in 2 or 3 game book groups. I'm not sure about that one. Sounds a bit risque. Okay. Oh, what? Ah, okay. As in sexy, but not sexy. Oh. Is that what you mean? Well, in my head, A Fistful of Flesh, adult books, yeah. Really? Or groping. Oh, okay. See, I saw it as somebody... Oh, no. Okay, where it came from, so half a pound of flesh is that you're in debt to somebody, isn't it? It comes from Shakespeare. This is it. It's all coming back to me now. See, I knew Dylan would get it, yeah. That was a loud one. Here was my process with that. I wanted something, because in the game book, somebody owes something, yeah? And what happens when you don't pay? And in, it's Shylock in A Merchant of Venice, Shakespeare, and there's the phrase, he wants his pound of flesh. It's a contract. So he wants his an actual pound of flesh. And I misremembered that when I thought of it. I went, oh, half a pound of flesh. And to me, it's got the same rhythm as A Pocket Full of Rye. So I know the rhythm works. Is A Pocket Full of Rye is a big famous book. Half a Pound of Flesh, and I thought, oh, that's quite out there. And it's different. It's different from your normal game book sort of title. And that's when then Lirin said, how about A Fistful of Flesh? And I thought, I like the sound of that because it flows. But maybe it doesn't work if you don't know the history of where it came from. Does that make sense? I know where it came from, but it's not obvious if you don't know the context. Okay, so Sally's just summed it up, as per usual, in a succinct sentence where I was rambling on. This isn't called Ramblings of a Storyteller for nothing, you know. Is that an offer? Easy now. I might go so I can get some money for the bus. Yes, Martha, thank you for watching. Please don't let me delay you. Off you go. If you feel like you need to go, please go. Thank you for watching. You're amazing. And enjoy the second-hand bookshop, the market. Enjoy that. It's not a bookshop, is it? It's a market. Enjoy that, Martha. Have fun. We're going to wrap it up soon anyway, so you're not going to miss much. Yes, exactly. So, besides, look at the time. I know. These tend to run on to an hour now rather than 45 minutes. Sorry, Martha. Okay. Yeah, so let's just finish this little train of thought off and then we'll call it a day. It's a day. Yeah, that's a very good point. I hadn't thought of that. It's not in context. So in my brain, it makes perfect sense how we got to that, A Fistful of Flesh. But if you look at that objectively on its own, then, yeah, it might not be. I guess it depends. Oh, but here we go. Could counter-argument that. Depends on the image on the cover. Could be an image on the cover. Because the image on the cover could be a scales. I've just had an image come into my head. Scales with a chunk of flesh on it. Yeah? And it's out of balance or something, or it's balanced. That's not going to be romantic, is it? Or erotic. Yeah? But then half a pound of flesh suits that image better. Oh, I don't know. Think Google searches though. Oh, yeah. Okay. I think Sally has won the day with that one. Think Google searches. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And weirdly enough, not weirdly enough, yes, it might have won the Edra Tales poll. But then it's interesting to note that I put it up in at least two other gamebook groups, or two gamebook groups, and it didn't win those polls. I can't remember which one it was. It might have been half a pound of flesh. I can't remember. So I'm going to have to go back and look at that. Yeah. Okay, unfortunately, Lirin, I don't think it's going to be A Fistful of Flesh. I've been talked out. Yeah, no, but this is good. This is good. This is sort of creativity. This is development. The algorithm might have get angry with Mission Impossible Post. Yeah, they might have done. Don't besmirch Tom Cruise. Tossed off a few ideas there. And I'm relieved for doing that, Dylan. Absolutely. But no, it's good. It's good to chat these things through. This is what I'm saying. Sounding boards, people have different views of stuff. And it's really interesting to hear them. So thank you so much. They've blocked 2 attempts of my last post, have they? They don't like it. Tom Cruise is watching you. He's got his eyes on you, Lirin. He knows what you're up to. Yeah, he's probably more concerned that you're not buying his DVDs, that you're actually buying the old Mission Impossible. Doesn't come to a sticky end. It depends, Dylan, where you're reading the book. So I don't think it's going to be A Fistful of Flesh then, yeah, because maybe it is giving the wrong impression. Half a pound of flesh, I do like that, but is it exciting enough? Maybe I have to go back to the drawing board with this. And this is another good little thing, very quickly. Come up with an idea and then leave it for a while and then go back to it to see if it sounds as good as it was previously when you thought of it. So I thought of these titles maybe early January. Now we've got a bit of time. We've come back fresh eyes, different eyes. So, Yeah. There we go. Anyway, we better sign off. Thank you so much for watching. You guys have been amazing once again. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you for all of those new followers that we've got. Really, really appreciate that as well. I think that's because I've put some of these up onto the YouTube channel, Edra Tales. So we're getting a bit of traction on that. Not a lot, but, you know, it all helps. Thank you, Martha. Yes, have a lovely rest of the day. Enjoy your second-hand market, and good luck finding those teddy bears. And, wow, Leerin's already walked 14.5 kilometres today. Fantastic. So thank you very much. Yes, please follow if you've not followed. That means you can comment if you'd like to comment. And it also helps with the algorithms, get a few more people watching, which would be fantastic. And if you do want to sign up to the newsletter, go to www.edratales.com and click on the newsletter, fill in your name and your email, and then you'll receive the newsletter. Thank you so much, Sally. Thank you, Dylan. Thank you, Leirin. Thank you, Martha. Thank you, Colin. Happy birthday, Colin. And thank you, Jonathan. You lot are amazing. Until next time, magic be with you always. I have to push the button. Good night.